Back to another episode of Freedom Friday here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about how the U.S. justice system is just completely morally bankrupt in 2023. And got a couple stories to talk about with that. We're also going to discuss some stuff about the update to that ban on transgender surgeries and stuff like that here in Ohio for minors and whatnot. Because I finally was able to find the video yesterday for that. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the piece of shit racist that is Michelle Wu, the Boston mayor, and how she should have been tossed out of office back on St. Patrick's Day of this year. And a couple other things too, for that matter. But yeah, we got a couple stories here to talk about relating to various things for the day, is what it is here. Specifically, going to the racial disparity in this country when it comes to justice system nowadays, and the whole jury your peers thing. So basically, for those that haven't heard about it, there was a woman named Hannah Payne. And from my understanding, I'm not sure exactly how long ago this happened, if it was like a year or two ago, whatever it was. But from my understanding, she was driving in her vehicle, saw another vehicle commit a hit and run on somebody, followed that individual, was like, hey, bro, I saw what you did. Like, I'm going to call the cops on your ass. This motherfucker tries to attack her. She legally pulls her handgun in self-defense, shoots and kills this motherfucker. And now today, because that Kenneth guy was black, you had a jury of 11 black people and a black judge convict her of murder and a bunch of other bullshit. Which, first of all, how in the fuck are you ever going to have this be a murder charge to begin with, dude? It should have been stand your ground all the way around is what it is. Every single thing I've heard about this case so far right now, just based on those facts alone, this should have been a clear-cut case of stand your ground law in the state of Georgia. Like, race doesn't determine the factor at all in there, dude. But, like, the whole point of it is like, obviously there's racial bias in the fucking jury and the judge on that one. And that's the thing, too, right? Like, according to, our actual good old U.S. Constitution, it's supposed to be a jury of our peers. How the hell is a white woman gonna have 11 black people be the jury of her peers, dude? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? If anything, that should have been an all-white jury at that point, or damn close to it anyway. And I think, honestly, it goes back to the joke of our justice system in this country, honestly, dude. Because most people that have to serve jury duty are a bunch of fucking retards who aren't smart enough to actually get out of it, is what it is. They're not smart enough to actually be like, oh, no, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. Because there's ways you can get out of jury duty, too, by the way. I've done it past myself, actually. But there's a couple times I wouldn't mind serving on a jury, honestly, just because of, like, certain cases. Like the Rittenhouse case, specifically. But yeah, to me, it's people who already have a prejudgment in their minds, whether it be the judge or the jury on that one, of, oh yeah, fuck this white woman, she killed one of ours kind of thing is what it is. So they're going to convict her of murder is what it is. And it's absolute bullshit entirely, dude. And the fact that it took, according to this, an hour and 29 minutes to find her guilty is fucking a slap in the face, dude. I mean, you have movies that are longer than an hour and a half, dude. Like, that's fucking, oh my god, bro. It's just beyond irreprehensible at this point in history, honestly. But yeah, this is the story here. It says, black man commits hit and run. White one intervenes, leading to him assaulting her, and in response, she shoots him. Jury comprised of 11 black people and a black judge determined it was premeditated murder. Fucking ridiculous, dude. And I guarantee there's no way this is some fucking paid lawyer right here. This is probably some dumbass public defender because she couldn't afford a lawyer, is my guess, honestly. And yeah, that fucking public defender was not smart enough to fucking do this on standard ground law, is what it is, dude. Because they're overworked, underpaid, etc. And if it was some actual paid lawyer, it's probably just some shitty low rent paid lawyer from like a fucking strip mall or something like that, dude. Which, no offense to those guys, because I know Nick Rekieta said there's quite a few strip mall lawyers he's had in the past. He actually was one of those people himself, if I'm not mistaken, who were very good at what they do. But you know what I'm saying? It's like basically the low end of the pool that you can get for what financial means you actually have is what it is there. And in many cases, those people basically just do the bare minimum is what it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, though, if I was in Hannah's case at this point, dude, if I was in her shoes, I would immediately force that lawyer to do an appeal based on racial bias at this point. And be like, this jury was racist against me. This judge was racist against me. This is absolute fucking sham. This is clearly a hung jury at this point. Like, this is bullshit. I want an appeal. I demand an appeal right now. Because there is no fucking way that she should be serving life imprisonment for this shit, dude. Because here's the other article I pulled up about the story here. Which is, you got Hannah Payne sentenced to life in prison after murdering man who left scene of Clayton County crash. I love how the fucking mainstream media frames that too, by the way. Following murdering man. No. She didn't follow and murder him, dude. She literally followed him to be like, hey, cops, here's the fucking criminal who committed a felony right now. And then, like I said, he literally fucking tried to assault her, and she legally pulled her gun in self-defense and stood her fucking ground and shot and killed this guy. Huge fucking difference in mainstream media. It says earlier this week, jury unanimously found Hannah Payne guilty on all charges, including murder from the shooting death of 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. So the jury returned a verdict in her murder trial. Hannah Payne learned her fate on Friday morning after hearing arguments and witness statements. Clayton County judge sentenced Payne to life in prison with a possibility of parole for the charge of malice murder, which is absolute bullshit entirely. Like I said, they should have been staying around 100%, dude. So she will also serve 8 years consecutively for the count of false imprisonment and another 5 years for possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Was she? Oh, well, okay. So here's my problem with all that, right? So you're talking about false imprisonment and possession of firearm during felony. Was she a prohibited person? Because as far as I'm aware, she wasn't. So what the fuck, man? Like, that just sounds like a bunch of BS all the way around on that one. Again, this is the exact kind of shit they tried to pull against Rittenhouse, by the way. It was the overcharging by these scumbag-ass leftist DAs is what it is, dude. And this is what it sounds like here, honestly, dude. 100 fucking % across the border now. But anyway, continuing on with this, though. Honestly, I'll tell you what this reminds me of. It reminds me of that Michael Case with that piece of shit Ahmaud Arbery, dude. The guy who was a career criminal. And, you know, they followed him and stuff like that. And then they ended up getting into a confrontation with him. And he basically charged at them, by the way. At which point they shot his ass. And people were still trying to be like, oh no, Ahmaud was totally in the right there. No, he fucking wasn't. He was a fucking idiot, dude. He was literally a career criminal who should have already been in prison on like several dozen felonies. But because of how fucking retarded our fucking revolving door system is in this country, he was let out again and again and again. Not to mention there was actually evidence after the fact, that whole thing, where he literally was the leader of a gang of teen boys that worked at a car wash. They all worked at this car wash to basically facilitate stuff so they could go do follow home robberies and shit like that. That's what it was. So yeah, Ahmaud was not a good person at all. Dude. He's a piece of shit in general. And I find it very ironic that the stupid ass fucking street that they named after that piece of shit has already had like 2 murders on it, and like 6 months after it was declared his fucking namesake is what it is there. So anyway, see, he said 8 counts, including menacing and felony murder, false imprisonment, and aggravated assault. So, okay, how the fuck are you going to charge her with felony murder, dude, when he was the one committing the felony to begin with? Like, that's just retarded as fuck. There you go. May 7, 2019, Payne followed Hearing after witnessing a crash where Hearing reportedly hit a semi-truck on the highway near I-285. Hearing reportedly then left the scene of the crash, but police said Payne followed and confronted him, demanding he return to the crash site. Said through her, though she called 911 to report a suspected hit and run, she ultimately shot and killed the guy. Said police said no one was hurt during the accident, and there There wasn't extensive damage, and testimonies from detectives in 2019, a witness revealed hearing appeared to be in the middle of a medical emergency, supposedly. So detectives then witnessed, detectives said witnesses described emergency like diabetic shock, said Payne allegedly shot hearing several times as he sat in the driver's seat of his car, killing him, testified. Okay, so that might actually be murder then, if that be the case. But that's the problem, though, right? Like, from everything I'm hearing, it was him attacking her, honestly, so... But then they're trying to, fucking mainstream media is trying to say it's another around here where he was like, sitting in his driver's seat. Okay, so on that one then, just because he was sitting in his driver's seat, who's to say it wasn't like that one video out of Columbus recently, where it was the black chick stealing all the shit from the fucking place there, whatever the case be, and then she was trying to hit the fucking gas and run down the cop is what it was before he shot her ass. It could be something like that, honestly, where the guy was trying to, like, floor it and fucking hit the gas, and she was just, like, ding, ding, ding through the fucking windshield or something like that, dude. That could easily be the case right there, honestly, in this one. So, I don't know. I find it very suspicious, though, that you have, this whole thing be, like, almost all black jury in this one, dude. Like, again, there's definitely racial bias involved in this whole case, is what it is there. Yeah, it says Payne allegedly shot hearing several times as he sat in the driver's side car, killing him. She testified at trial. She never intended to shoot him. Jury deliberations came shortly after closing arguments wrapped up. Like I said, hour and a half, give or take. Let's see. Tuesday, prosecutor said the verdict was bittersweet. It's a victory, but not a victory because the victory would be being here celebrating Thanksgiving, Christmas with his family. Clayton County District Attorney Tasha Mosley said, "Oh, I know it for a fact that bitch is a fucking Soros DA and stuff like that, dude, because I remember that fucking name, honestly." Yeah, this fucking stupid cunt right here. I'm like almost 100% sure she's a Soros DA, dude. So I'm not at least surprised you got that bullshit in this fucking one, dude. What a scumbag piece of crap, dude. Yeah, of course, fucking black prosecutor too on top of everything, dude. Yeah, what a bunch of shit, dude. It's fucking disgusting is what it is, man. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And on top of that, let's see if I can find the other one I'm looking for here. Sorry, trying to find a couple different things here at the same time. Couldn't try to go to some of the other stories I'm talking about right now. And then I'm going to try to find this other one I was looking for earlier that I posted onto the, I reposted onto the account is what it was there. Oh yeah, here we go. So you guys remember the story of Jonathan Lewis, the 17-year-old white kid that was beaten to death by that mob of minority kids, like black and Latino legitimately is what it was. And I think there might have been a couple other ones too, of like different races, but either way, it was basically like him versus like 10, 15 people, something like that is what it was there. Now people are saying it's 9, honestly, because that's who they arrested for it, is what it was there. So you got this bullshit coming out now, which is Las Vegas teens who beat 17-year-old Jonathan Lewis to death are now claiming they simply acted in self-defense. 9 versus 1 is self-defense, ? No, it's not. So the teens claim Jonathan Lewis was the one who threw the first punch and are using that to claim that they are just defending themselves. So this clip below is taken from November's first appearance of these pieces of shit. So yeah, you have fucking dumbass black kid, dumbass black kid, dumbass Latino kid being the ones that were like, I think 16, 17, etc. there. Like the fact that they're trying to sit there and honestly fucking claim that as self-defense is absolute bullshit, dude. That's even more horse shit than the motherfuckers who beat what's his name to death outside the I Promise school there. That fucking brother duo is what it was. It got off recently with some bullshit there. And again, this goes back to show exactly how fucked our system is right now, dude. You literally It was either you or your fucking buddy was trying to steal stuff from another kid that was a friend of Jonathan's. He intervened and was like, nah, bro. And because those kids were young little pussies and couldn't fucking throw a proper punch, you 9 little pieces of shit had to fucking jump in there and fucking mob attack his ass, killing him. Which is exactly what should happen to every single one of you fuckers right now, dude. You should all be tried as adults. You should all be given the death penalty in Las Vegas. But I'm pretty sure you're not going to be, because I'm pretty sure that Nevada itself no longer has death penalty in the books anymore, which is absolute bullshit entirely. And that's exactly why, when it comes to the whole, federal trumping state stuff is what it is there. I don't care if this is a state case or not. That's exactly when federal death penalties are kicking, honestly, in this country, dude. If you have taken a life in such a manner as that, you don't need to be on Earth anymore, is what it is, dude. Period. In this fucking story, is what it is. And if that means we create brand new eye for an eye laws that are like a nationwide fucking thing at this point, that's what it needs to be, honestly, dude. Because truthfully, that's what should happen to every single one of these pieces of shit, honestly, dude. They should get the exact same fate that they gave to Jonathan that day. They should be taken out and one-on-one, sorry, not one-on-one. They should be taken out into a fucking prison yard someplace, each one of them individually, and beaten severely by 9 people is what it is then. And let them die the exact same way that he died in fucking some hospital bed, basically asphyxiated to death, days later in a fucking coma. And as that Colin Rigg guy said, he said, example needs to be made. These gang-like beatings are becoming so common. The problem is, it's not gang-like beatings, dude. It is gang beatings. It's gang beatings of minorities beating white people to death. That's exactly what it is, motherfucker. Like, say it like it is. This is racially motivated shit at this point, dude. The fact there's not hate crimes on every single one of these little shit stains is absolutely ridiculous right now, dude. Because it's 100% hate crime at that point. 100% across the board right now. It's fucking disgusting is what it is, man. Moving on to a couple other things I want to talk about, though, which is specifically the racist-ass Boston mayor right now. What a fucking cunt Michelle Wu is, dude, for real. We're also going to talk about some gun-related stuff right now. Here in a couple minutes as well, for that matter. So you got piece of shit Boston mayor Michelle Wu, who was recently outed for being a complete fuck total racist, where she had a racially segregated party for everybody on the city council that wasn't white. And then you had her being called out the other day, where it's Boston Democrat Mayor Michelle Wu defends holding a segregated Boston city council party with, quote, no whites allowed after an email invite for the segregated party was accidentally sent to white councilors. Said Mayor Michelle Wu defended the decision to ban the white city council members from attending, saying, quote, it was truly an honest mistake that went out in typing the email. She also said the council will hold additional non-segregated parties for everyone. Look forward to celebrating with everyone with the other parties we have besides this one. Yeah, okay. So she's going to try to backpedal like that, right? Good fucking luck, cunt, because we know you're fucking racist ass. We've seen your racist ass. We've seen you do a bunch of shady shit in the past year or two right now, including, but not limited to, the following, which is a flashback to St. Patrick's Day 2023, where Michelle Wu said, and I quote, I'm getting used to dealing with problems that are expensive, disruptive, and white. How the fuck are you going to say some shit like that and still be holding office, you fucking cunt? Like, this is the... And I guarantee this bitch is some fucking Chi-Com, dude. There's no way she's not some fucking child of Chinese foreign nationals in this country. That alone should disqualify her ass from even holding fucking office in this nation, honestly, dude. Not to mention the fact that she herself, since becoming mayor of Boston, Massachusetts, has actually made that entire area less safe by pushing for gun bans and other crap that are even stronger than the bullshit at a fucking state level then. Oh, and let us not forget this one, which is her doing an abuse of power, where we had report, Mayor of Boston is abusing her position. Here's footage of the Mayor of Boston, Michelle Wu, getting into a car accident a few months ago. She was driving in a police cruiser which ran a red light. She claimed that she was on her way to an event, but it was not on her calendar that morning. It's against the law to use a police car with sirens and lights if it's not an emergency and not for public service. She hit a car carrying a mother and her baby who both went to the hospital. Mom is a Lyft driver, and this is her sole income. She was out of work for weeks because of this shit. And there's the actual video there of the fucking police cruiser smacking into somebody there. So, yeah, just fucking disgusting, dude. Michelle Wu has no business being in any position of power ever again, dude, in this country at all. Her racist ass should have been rolled the fuck out back on St. Patrick's Day when she went all anti-white then, dude. And then, of course, lives at TikTok, who's been the one mostly calling her ass out this week, is what it is. Then you got them calling her out again today for a few hours ago. It said, tough week for Mayor Michelle Wu. No wonder she blocked lives at TikTok. Aren't elected officials not allowed to block users on social media? Exactly. Yeah, and we had Boston Mayor invited only electors of color to holiday party. And then we got abusing power in her position. She's also a racist piece of shit. And then we got Rep. Eric Swalwell blocked Right Angle News Network. I do agree with what this person says, that Rep. Swalwell blocked us. Maybe we should all come together and sue the officials who block their citizens. Follow us if you agree. Yeah, exactly. True story. And then we got Wu blocking her. Yeah. It's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. This guy here says it's only going to get worse. And then here it says, whites don't get anything from being tolerant. There are no benefits to, quote, anti-racism. These things just create a culture where the wholesale replacement of whites can be accomplished without dissent. It's a way to pushing people to extinction and have them smile and cheer about it. Yeah, that's kind of what the whole great replacement theory thing is right now, dude. So, which Vivek called out recently there. And he's speaking truth when he said that, actually. And that's the thing, you know, when you look at who is being important to this country to replace, you know, the majority here, it's a bunch of low IQ dipshits from the third world who've already accepted communism and socialism, dude. So of course they're gonna sit there and, you know, spout off some more bullshit there. And then somebody else got blocked by fuckboy Soel, little Chinese spy fucker. So, yeah. And somebody was talking about attack on white people and stuff like that, and other things there with Nick Freitas. I don't know, dude. All I know is it seems like ever since we did the whole desegregation in this country decades ago, it's gotten worse and worse ever since then, is what it is. I'm not saying we need to resegregate or anything like that, but what I'm saying is legitimately, like, you obviously have a lot of problems in this country that do fall along racial lines, unfortunately. And it seems like, again, going back to all the shit we've talked about so far this episode with all the, you know, various black on white murders and stuff like that, and then God forbid, you know, a white person steps up, stands their ground, etc., and now they're charged with fucking murder of somebody else then. So, I don't know. It's just fucked up, man, is what it is. And then, of course, you got Democrats who keep trying to attack gun rights everywhere they can, every way they can. We got two stories about that one. Then we're going to go talk about the update to the transgender thing here in a couple minutes, too, as well. So, that'll probably be the last story of the day, actually. So, yeah, you got this one, which is Democrats are just going through the motions on gun control now. So, gun control enthusiast Kamala Harris is making her big push for gun control. It is as stale and unoriginal as every other Democrat gun control push. Shows just how the Democrat gun control agenda is running out of juice. Said Harris was named by cheater Joe Biden to lead the, quote, Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which itself shouldn't exist, by the way. Said, may remember that Harris's view on gun control is that the pieces of shit that she had their way into office should overrule Congress by executive order to take people's guns away. Once a mandatory gun buyback program thinks the so-called president should be able to impose such a dictatorial decree was not only natural that Biden put her in charge of the gun control agenda then. So 3 months ago into her new position, Harris has come out with her first few ideas. Naturally, she went for an assault weapons ban, high-capacity magazine ban, universal background checks, etc. Yeah, it's all a bunch of horseshit, dude, in general. It's all a bunch of horseshit in general. Speaking of which, and kind of going off on that, then this is the second story we're going to talk about today, which is the piece of shit Democrats here in Ohio that come the new year are going to try and push for more of their gun control BS again, working to push bills to address so-called gun violence. Yeah, pretty sure attacking people's God-given constitutional rights, you fucking cunts, is not actually addressing anything. What you're doing here, Allison Russo, Casey Weinstein, Cecil Thomas, etc., is you are actively attacking Ohioans' legally owning ability to be able to be safe and secure in our homes against your fucking tyranny, you douchebags. So, of course, they're pushing fucking, trying to push red flag laws, universal background checks. Again, gun magazine bans here. They're trying to push 10-day waiting periods here. They're trying to push literal safe storage laws, etc. is what it is here. And then they're talking about loopholes that allow domestic abusers to have access to guns, which is not a fucking loophole, you idiots. It's literally people who were falsely accused of domestic violence because some bitch smacked herself in the fucking face and then called the cops and was like, look at this bruise this man put on my face. Yeah, that's what it fucking stops. It stops fucking abuse of power shit like that. It's exactly why red flag laws are unconstitutional, because they're so easily dude. But yeah, so you're introducing a couple bills to incentivize safe storage laws. You're not incentivizing shit, bitches. What you're trying to do is you're trying to attack people's rights to defend themselves, which, sorry, the only way to ensure the so-called safe storage laws is to directly violate the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution for illegal searches and seizures, because the only way to ensure that people's shit would be properly locked up is to literally have cops illegally enter their homes and check on their fucking stuff to see if it's in a gun safe, gun locker, etc. at all times, or have a cable lock through it, or the case be. Which, sorry to tell you, fuck knuckles, if I'm gonna be in a life and death situation in my home, like I almost was 2 fucking years ago, you douchebags, I'm not gonna have my shit locked up to where I got criminals breaking my fucking back door where they'd be on my ass in less than 20 seconds because of how small my home is, and have to literally fumble around unlocking a fucking key to a damn lock, yanking out of my fucking shit, throwing a gun magazine in there and fucking racking around in the chamber. No, I'm gonna have that shit ready to fucking roll, and somebody comes running through my fucking curtains here, it's gonna be bang, bang, bang 18 fucking times, bitch. Legitimately. And it's as simple as that, honestly. Period in the fucking story. Going on to the last story of the day here, which is we're going to talk about the whole thing here with this kid that claimed to detransition and then claims that they were never like hurt with experimentation and stuff like that. That's what it is there, which just has to go back to the whole transgender thing here in Ohio with them banning minor surgeries is what it is there, which obviously there is that caveat where if you can have an actual doctor prove that kids being on hormone drugs and taken off of them would make them suicidal and stuff like that, that yeah, they can remain on that shit is what it is then, which in most cases is not the case. Most cases they were better off without that crap in their system to begin with what it is there, man. But yeah, this is the Cassie girl I was talking about the other day, though. Oh, sorry. Oops. Forgot I did not have that on. What you call it there? Okay.
Cassidy are speaking out against House Bill 68.
If you medically transition and then detransition, your life isn't ruined.
She was.
Yes, it is, honey. Because you can tell just from your deep ass voice from being a testosterone for what it was, a year or two of your life there, maybe longer.
born as a female and transitioned to male when she was 14. But a few years later, she realized it wasn't the right decision for her.
Yeah, okay. So transitioned at 14 a few years later. So a few would be, what, 3, 4 maybe at most. So by the time she was 17 or 18, realized, oh, I'm actually a girl. Let me get off testosterone. Oh shit, my voice is permanently altered, but yet there's no lifelong effects. Bullshit, honey. Legitimately bullshit.
So she detransitioned.
These bills are being proposed using stories like mine as like evidence to support them.
She feels her story is being hijacked by people saying she is the reason why HB 68 is essential. The bill just passed the Senate and would ban gender-affirming care for trans youth.
Yeah, and why don't you actually explain, Morgan Trow, what gender-affirming care actually is that they're banning? Oh yeah, that's right, it's not gender-affirming care, you stupid bitch. What they're literally banning is having children under the age of 18, minors in this country, from having double mastectomies, from having bottom surgeries of young males that would have their dicks cut off and inverted into a fake pussy. That's what's being banned, you stupid bitch. That you're calling gender-affirming care. You know what else is being banned? Fucking hormone drugs, the same HRT drugs that chemically castrate pedophiles in prisons. And that's what you sick fuckers in the mainstream media call gender-affirming care. This is exactly why the mainstream media, I've said before, dude, needs to no longer be covered in the First Amendment of freedom of the press anymore, and needs to be actively fucking charged with crimes against humanity right now, because they're the ones pushing this garbage is what it is, dude. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of these people, dude. I really fucking am. By the way, this guy right here is Senate President Matt Hoffman. He's the guy who's third in line behind DeWine and Husted right now. Come the end of this year, the end of next year, he's going to be termed out of the Ohio Senate. And there's been talk that him and a bunch of other people are actually going to try to jump over to the state house side. Again, breaking term limits, just like Democrats do all the time is what it is. Just like that piece of shit Paul Hicks Hudson did here last year is what it was with a few other Dems. Same thing with Cecil Thomas jumping to the state house last year when he was termed out of the state Senate. But yeah, there's talk that Hoffman's going to be hopping over there, and a few of his other people are going to be trying to primarying other Republicans out then that voted for Jason Stevens. And if they can successfully do that, they're basically, come 2025, are going to actually try to put Hoffman in as Speaker of the House. That's what it'll be. So I also heard something recently that Dick Stain Tim Ryan is going to possibly try to run for Ohio governor in 2026, which I think is fucking hilarious, because that motherfucker should be in prison already for literally calling for the mass murder of MAGA supporters, which happened to coincide with a couple days later some guy named Shannon in, I believe it was Wyoming or Montana, killing an 18-year-old kid that he claimed was MAGA. So anyway.
Treatment that folks have. There's surgery, there's chemical intervention, hormone blockers, a number of things like that, and then counseling. The first two are going to be banned by the bill.
Advocates for the bill, like Senate President Matt Huffman, say the legislation prevents allegedly confused teens and pressured parents from ruining minors' bodies before they know who they are.
I love how they say allegedly. There's nothing alleged about it. You're literally sterilizing children, you stupid bitch, Morgan Trow.
Certainly the parents are the most important decision maker in a child's life, but there are things where it's important for the state.
Yeah, trans housing by proxy.
Democrats and some Republicans disagree, and even though it passed.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back on that one for a sec there. Okay, so you got where's that here now? Right here is this fucking cunt Allison Russo, the woman who I hate with a passion, by the way, because she literally took a direct bribe from Moms and Main Action members 2 Mays ago, back in 2021, on camera. Big ass fat envelope full of cash was handed to her by MDA members. She's also been the one advocating for gun control in the state for years now. She's also the one that tends to push all these bills like red flag laws, universal background checks, etc. there. And then the Dick Stain Rhino that they were talking about right after that was this little asswipe right here named Jamie Callender, who should have been tossed out of our General Assembly a couple years ago, honestly. He's also the only piece of shit rhino who will actively put his name on all Democrat bills to try to push through like pro-weed stuff and whatnot. So, yeah. Like I said, the only reason this guy's even in office right now as a Republican is because of the fact that his where his district actually lies there up in the Cleveland area. I think it's Cleveland area, if I'm not mistaken, or someplace in Cuyahoga County, like the outskirts and stuff like that. It's just enough red to where he never get elected as a Democrat is what it is. So he's basically just the House version of Matt Hoffman's ass is what it is. The guy's a scumbag in general. So.
Last House Minority Leader Allison Russo has one last hope of it getting blocked.
The big question is, what will the governor do if this comes out? You know, will he veto this?
No, he won't, you stupid fucking
we're
cunt.
Watching it very closely.
Has the governor given any indication that he would veto this?
I don't know. That gives many members, Republicans and Democrats, pause.
The bill also includes a ban on trans youth participating in athletics,
Good.
which Governor Mike DeWine has spoken out against previously.
Transitioning didn't take my future away from me.
Yes, it did, child.
Banning transition will take the future away from the kids who killed themselves because of this bill.
The governor's team.
First of all, Cassidy, kids are not killing themselves because they can't transition. What they're doing is they happen to be having a suicide spike after they're put on fucking cross-sex hormone drugs, you stupid little bitch. That's the entire fucking problem right there, child. And that's exactly what I've been talking about this whole fucking time, dude. Like, it's so fucking retarded. And what's even more insane to me, honestly, is when you start looking at the fucking psychotic lunatics that are actually advocating for this kind of shit, for literal sex changes of minors, kids being sterilized, etc. These fucking people, these 8-10 people out here, dude, are fucking mental patients. They belong in a goddamn nut house. This is an open-air insane asylum right there at the fucking State House, dude. They're fucking lunatics. They're psychotic. Like, we need honestly forced institutionalization in this country at this point, dude. I mean that seriously. And it's for shit like that right there. If you are openly advocating to sterilize children, your ass doesn't need to be walking free anymore. And it's as simple as that, really. Yeah, I need to get this. All right, sorry, that was my cousin calling me because we were supposed to fill jugs today, and I was supposed to go get my TB test done. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because when I woke up this morning, my back was killing me, and my ankle felt like it was about to break. So it still hurts like a bitch right now. But yeah, he was asking me. He went to the local store to get some random spring water and asked me if I wanted him to drop it off for me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So still trying to figure out how to get over to the thing and get some water then from the park there is what it is. So hopefully we'll be able to do that here in a couple days or something. I don't know. It's whatever. But anyway. What was I saying then? Oh, yeah, we're talking about transgender stuff there. So, yeah, you have these fucking people who are openly advocating for destroying kids, sterilizing them, legitimately sterilizing an entire generation of children right now. And it's literally the squeaky wheel getting the grease in most cases, dude. And like I showed at the end of that clip there, the people who are for this shit, who are for transitioning of minors, who are for minors being on HRT drugs and stuff like that, dude, are like 10 to 15 people. They're the loudest nut jobs in the fucking room. They're the ones that scream at the top of their lungs being like, ah, hear me, ah. And it's like, you are a fucking fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fucking percent, people. You are completely psychotic lunatics who need to be locked in a nut house someplace and get the serious fucking mental health therapy you need right now. Whether that be talking to actual counselors who are not going to fucking affirm your bullshit is what it is, dude. Or whatever the fuck it is. I don't care, honestly, at this point. But something needs to change is what it is, man. Seriously. A lot in this country. So, yeah. I'm just over it, man. I really fucking am. Anyway. We're going to do one final sweep here. And see what's going on with... stuff locally, and then we're gonna see go from there basically. Okay, so let's see if we got any more stories here on X/Twitter. Okay, we got this one, which is Senate staffer busted having gay sex in the Senate hearing room, as revealed by Daily Caller. Disgusting, just like most of Washington. A video that won't be shared. A staffer is seen on all fours having anal sex on the same table that the senators sit at. What the fuck, dude? That's disgusting. Yeah, and then of course you got piece of shit Joe Biden saying decency on the ballot, and then of course you got people comparing it to that's all the most I will show of the picture, because obviously there's possible nudity behind that is what it is, of that Rose Montoya transgender person during the whole fucking Pride Month thing, literally flashing her tits is what it was there. And being the first trans person, by the way, in U.S. history to be banned from the White House for life because of that shit, which is kind of even more hilarious. Fucking idiot, man. Then you got a picture of Biden saying, I'd sniff that. That's funny. Yeah, sounds about right, man. Actually, we will show the picture of Biden there, because that's actually pretty funny. His little nose over and I'd sniff that thing. It's funny. Like I said, man, I think we are becoming not only just morally bankrupt as a justice system, just morally bankrupt as a country at this point, man. Letting cheaters remain in office, hold office, etc. And it's fucking insane, dude. It really is. Jesus. Speaking of morally bankrupted people, you got a video here of a porch pirate stealing a package full of, it says Pampers, but I think it's actual shit. Oh yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna share that one to our Twitter/X page. There's what it is. You guys can see that for yourselves later on, because I'm not gonna show it here. Is what it is. Yeah, this bitch was trying to porch pirate a fucking package and then found out it was full of dirty diapers. Is what it was. Got pissed, came back, and fucking like ripped it open and tossed all the shit on the ground then. That's funny. That's funny, man. You get what you pay for, you stupid cunt. That's a huge fucking baby. Let's see here. Jesus. Again, showing the morally bankrupted system that we have right now. We talked about this one a little bit last night, which is that guy that destroyed that Satanist statue in Iowa there. Satanic display inside Iowa State Capitol destroyed. Man charged. Says destroying a statue of Thomas Jefferson, perfectly fine, being our founding father, obviously. Destroying a statue of Satan, unacceptable, and charged with 4th-degree criminal mischief. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. We really just need to have it out. Good versus evil at this point. Just destroy evil entirely, dude. Be fucking done with it. Seriously. We really are just fucked as a country, I think, honestly. Like, there really is, like, no coming back from this shit anymore, man. Well, this seems like a great way to get your ass sued for racial discrimination on here. So, we'll talk about this one for a sec. Top insurance CEO announces that white male new hires must be personally signed off by herself as part of the firm's drive to improve diversity. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Yeah, that's racial discrimination. That's fine. It's right there. So, yeah, and then there's the here's the New York Post thing for Jonathan Lewis there. Yeah, Las Vegas teens accused in meeting death of classmate Jonathan Lewis, 17, claims self-defense at hearing. What a bunch of fucking scumbag pieces of shit, dude. It's not self-defense when you literally have a 901 gang beating, you fucking douchebags. It's fucking premeditated murder at that point. Legitimately. Wow. There's a video here that was shown on that same page of a black chick being asked by somebody to obey German laws, which I'm assuming she's living in Germany. There's what it is. Her first intent was to beat their ass. There really is no fixing that kind of shit, dude. There really isn't. Like I said, we are morally fucking bankrupt as a nation at this point, man. So, anyway. Jesus. This one's just sad and pathetic at the same time, honestly. I'm not sure if this happened in America or overseas. It says, we live in a country where a man raped a woman in front of passengers in rush hour and no one said or did anything. They could have saved her from a life of trauma, but they couldn't be bothered. They're all rape enablers. I'm done with this world. And then somebody said, we don't all know what happens if we intervene. You become this guy in New York City. There's what it is. Which is the dude who stopped the fucking piece of shit from stabbing a bunch of people on the subway there and got fucking basically life imprisonment. Yeah, it's just, oh God, bro. I actually want to bring something up too, because again, it was the same account yesterday. We posted this on our X page. There's what it is. Which was you had that Ed Krasakistan, whatever the hell that guy's name is there. He's the anti-Trump guy and stuff like that. He's basically a paid DNC shills, what it is there. Talking about, how do you explain this if it has nothing to do with systematic racism being the net worth of black family versus white family, which is $17,150 for black family and $171,000 for white family. Well, first off, I'm assuming that is the highest end cap for white family there, and probably the lowest end cap for a black family. Number one, because that's how they love to skew polls and stuff like that. Number two on that one, for those that don't know, and this is something I actually from Making Nation News a while ago, which is apparently, I guess, the average black female in this country will spend like $500 a month on wigs, weaves, nail appointments, and like other stupid shit like that, basically. And she will have like, it's like $14 or $15 to her name and her bank account then, and then wonder why she can't afford rent and shit. So yeah, it's not that hard to figure out, man. It's really not that hard to figure out. And then, of course, going back to the diversity hire stuff there. This is pretty interesting, actually, on this one. We got ex-Facebook diversity manager pleads guilty to bilking $4 million from company in kickback schemes. Just like BLM, dude. They fucking love to pull that shit all the time, dude. Yeah, let's see. Tale as old as time. Boston mayor under fire for no whites Christmas party for city's electeds of color. And then, of course, her and her white husband and child of mixed race. Yep, colorizing the sheets, though, baby. That's how it always is, isn't it? Isn't it, Michelle? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Colorizing the sheets, man. Typical. Just like the black chick who's like, oh, I hate all these white men and stuff like that. And then meanwhile, they're literally fucking bouncing on a big fat white cock is what it is. So that's happened many times, actually. The hypocrisy of these people is what it is there. Huh. Actually, this one's pretty interesting. It was this escalated quickly, which is you had New Hampshire, 94% white, asks, how do you diversify a whole state? And then that was 2018, by the way. Recently, 10 people facing charges in connection with double shooting at New Hampshire restaurant. And we all see the race of every single one of these guys. But of course, you know, according to court filings, all 10 of those black males are now white people, apparently. Because that's what they love to do with these people nowadays, what it is, dude. There's a bunch of instances of that coming out now where you have a whole bunch of people being... Actually, I think I have a clip here of that, if I'm not mistaken, someplace. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because it actually showed how there's like several hundred people who are actually being... Thought I grabbed that last night. Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, here it is. Right here. So you have this graph where it is a bunch of people being booked in the county jails and stuff like that, who are all clearly, you know, black, Latino, Asian, etc. And they're all labeled as race white. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Everything but white, dude. You got Latino, you got black, you got Asian, etc. But yet, race, white, race, white, race, white, race, right. Like, how the fuck are you going to say a dude who is black as night is white, dude? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, bro? Which does make you wonder if there is not a systematic fucking thing being done by globalists at this point to make sure that that happens what it is. And it makes logical sense if it was, actually. So... yeah, fucking wild, dude. Actually, this one's pretty disgusting. I saw this a couple days ago. It was, white woman has a child who is dying of cancer. She chooses to record a video questioning whether the treatment her child is receiving would be the same if the kid was black. Like, what the hell kind of white guilt nonsense is that, dude? It just, oh my god, bro. Like, it just fucking, just completely blows my fucking mind, honestly. Actually, this one was from a few days ago from that same page. It was U.S. white population declines and Gen Z plus is minority white. New census shows. The quote great white replacement theory isn't a theory; it's reality, and anyone living in the West can see it with their own eyes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, and then you got this one stupid bitch here from a few days ago talking about hating white people and stuff like that, yet she's living in Virginia. It's like, well, you could simply get the fuck out, you dumb bitch. You know, there is that. So, anyway. Alright, let's see. Sorry, trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about today or not, real quick, before we finish up today. That's pretty disgusting. There was an Islamic terrorist up in Canada trying to justify the murder of Jewish people being held in captivity by Hamas. Fucking sick sons of bitches, dude, for real. Anyway, Jesus, that's disgusting. Apparently, people are showing the image, some of the images from Hunter Biden's laptop from hell that actually can be shown. And it's him literally doing what his dad did, which is being a child molester of children. What it is, dude. Obviously, we're not going to show that shit because it's fucking disgusts me to even see it pop in my feed. Here's what it is. What the fuck is this person? I'm 100% sure that this chick is wearing a condom on her head right now in this video. I'm not going to show it, obviously, but we will repost to the network page. So if you guys want to watch it, you can see it there yourself. So, anyway. It's funny. People doing Biden's whole thing about the crime bill and then the son smoking crack on camera. That's cool. People are showing rhinoceros beetles fighting other beetles. Or maybe 2 rhinoceros beetles actually fighting there. And they're showing their horn to, like, flip the other beetle out of there is what it is. It's pretty cool. So... Okay, let me, oh boy, that's not gonna end well. That's too much, man. Man shows incredibly sketchy apartment. That looks like a fucking prison cell inside of an insane asylum, honestly, dude. It really, really does. I don't even think this is a choice to be made at this one, honestly. Like, because you're not saving any of them at this point, you know? But yeah, this person said decisions. Room is completely engulfed in flames. You can only save one of these people, which would be nutjob Dylan Mulvaney, piece of shit pedophile, singer. I'm not even sure what the guy's name was offhand. Sam something or other. Guy's a Satanist. That male swimmer guy who faked to be a female at Penn State or Penn U or whatever it was. Thomas. And then Hitler. And it's like, yeah, I'm not saving any of these fucking fools. They can all burn, dude. Fuck them all. Seriously. Huh. Jesus. This is getting the troops ready for World War III. I'm not sure what country this is. It looks like a bunch of Afghan guys, though, and the guy's literally grabbing dudes' junks to check them. I wonder if maybe he's actually checking to make sure they're all males, is what it is. That seems like a weird... I don't know, man. I sure as shit wouldn't want to be in that guy's position to have to just grab fucking dick all day, is what it is. That's just wrong. So, anyway. What a bunch of assholes, man. Eco-activists, or eco-terrorists is what they really mean, cover a Christmas tree in orange paint in Berlin, Germany. What a bunch of fucking asswipes, dude. So you're literally destroying nature because you're a bunch of fucking scumbag, literal fucking terrorists. I'm just gonna say it like it is, man. That those fucking, like, fire extinguishers full of shit like that, dude. If you want to deal with these people correctly, you just have the cops grab them, shove them into their fucking mouths, and just spray the shit a couple times, dude. They'll learn real quick when they're choking on fucking paint fumes, is what it is there. So, anyway. Jesus. Sick ass people. There was a video of these people that were supposed to be the biological parents of the 10-month-old child that passed away from malnutrition and dehydration, and them reacting to getting sentenced for it. Yeah, you're pieces of crap, people. You should get it so hard in prison right now, dude. There's an episode of what the hell is that episode called? Mayor of Kingstown. I want to say it's the first season, where you have this dude who killed a kid because he's making meth or whatever the case be, and then they literally just set him into a prison system where it's every single gang, does not matter race, all come together and just basically clock his ass with fucking batteries full of socks, bunch of fucking shanks, etc., and then let him bleed on the fucking floor. And it's like, that's the good happening to some of these fucking people, man. Legitimately. Let's see. Somebody put it up here. I think it's probably from today, actually. Or probably this week, maybe even. Which is a piece of shit Michelle Wu again. Which is, this is how you deal with racist, anti-white Boston member Michelle Wu. Protesters heckle her press conference until she had enough and cuts it short. Still defending her no whites holiday invitations, yet meanwhile has a white husband and a mixed race child then. Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking scumbags, dude. They really are. That's funny. Like this chick was giving this dude a stone cold stunner and pinning him for the marriage. So. A $1.6 million watch looks like a $20 toy with a Velcro strap. It does, actually. I'm not going to show this watch, but I will post it on the Twitter account there. Yeah, it looks like a joke. But okay, just because you have over $1 million fucking dollars, why would you piss it away on a fucking watch? Like, this is why people hit the lottery and in less than 5 years become poor again, dude. Because they do stupid shit like that, honestly. It's so fucking retarded, dude. Americans getting ready for the last year of Biden. It's a woman driver and the guy in the passenger seat hooking up like 10 different seat belts to his ass. Yeah, sounds about right. So, anyway, oh, actually, since we're still here, actually, we'll talk about this one. Well, we'll talk about what we can talk about in these stories because I don't want to get medical misinformation stuff is what it does there. So we will just highlight some of these, though. It says, top 10 headlines that media didn't tell you about this week. Number 10, Canadian journalist who called for anti-vaxxer concentration camps. Yeah, you read that one right. Tennessee City to ban all LGBTQ books from public libraries along with, quote, drag queen story hour. Alex Jones makes his debut back on X after Elon Musk poll ends in his favor. Number 7, West Virginia Secretary of State says 2020 election was in fact stolen by the CIA. See, number 6, House member calls for the FBI to arrest and shackle Hunter Biden for refusing a congressional subpoena. Number 5, Elon Musk challenges Vladimir Zelensky, demanding answers as to why American citizen Gazalito, something or other, is being held in Ukrainian prison. Number 4, former military officer destroyed the satanic statue at the Iowa Capitol. Number 3, according to new poll, Trump now leads Biden across all 7 swing states. Number 2, Senator Katie Britt introduced new legislation to prevent illegal immigrants from voting in federal elections. Shouldn't even have to be introduced. It should just be automatically across the board right now. And number 1, Biden says U.S. government is spending money to create 3 new Jibity jabs. Will you be taking any of them? And the answer is fuck no. So, yeah. That's about it for today, though. So, anyway. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, by the way, that is one thing I did want to talk about, too. Those that haven't heard about it now. You had the scumbag-ass rhinos. I'm not sure exactly what the vote count was, but it's basically everybody that voted yes on it needs to be tried with high treason at this point. you had a bunch of scumbag ass rhinos vote with Democrats this week to reinstall the NDAA, the shit that allows for any American citizen to be indefinitely detained without any kind of fucking hearings or anything else like that. As a direct violation of the U.S. Constitution or constitutional rights of a speedy and fair trial and stuff like that, etc. They actually updated it and made it so it's even worse now, to where you can actually have the fucking government continue to illegally spy on people like myself, like they did in 2019, without a fucking warrant for wireless tapping of our social media accounts, etc. There's what it is. So, yeah. Needless to say, I'm fucking pissed, dude, is what it is. And like I said, 4 years later, I want fucking justice, man. I want financial justice. I want the fucking feds who illegally federally swatted my ass and tried to ruin my life 4 years ago to be charged and have every last damn dollar of their pensions put in my fucking pocket right now. And it's as simple as that, really. So, anyway. Other than that, that's pretty much what we're at for the day. Sorry, I was actually watching video here. That's cute. So it's one of those kind of video. I posted this to the account already. It's basically this kid having like real shitty shoes is what it is, and then grandma. I think it's grandma or somebody like that. Selling her brooch to go buy the kid like some new boots is what it is then for Christmas, and then meanwhile the kid on the opposite end is doing a bunch of stuff to get grandma back the brooch is what it is then, because he saw her selling it. So like shoveling snow and shit like that's what he was doing with it to make a bunch of money. So yeah, that's a little heartwarming story. There's what it is. But anyway, it's about that time. I'm gonna go do some things and basically go do what needs to be done right now, figure some things out, and go about the rest of my day then. Probably, I'm going to debate about what I'm going to make for dinner tonight is what it is right now. I think I have a little bit of money left. I might just buy some Dominoes or something if that'd be the case. I don't know. I just don't really feel like cooking with the way my ankle is feeling right now, so depends. But anywho, actually, before we go, actually, I'm going to say this too as well, because I guess there was this one coming out now too, like a day ago here. Again, going back to Michelle Wu's anti-white racist ass is what it is there. Said, Michelle Wu, the Boston mayor, is an overt racist who has a history of incendiary comments about white people. She is in the news for her, quote, whites-only holiday invitation. So here's Michelle Wu describing how the Boston Police Department works with the FBI to surveil speech to combat a, quote, growing rise and trend in white supremacy and hate. She also encourages Boston citizens to snitch on Boston white people by monitoring their social media accounts. And she was quoted here saying, quote, across the Boston Police Department, the Transit Police, the State Police, the FBI, and our partners in law enforcement, there is consistent communication about the impending actions of any known groups. We want to encourage that community members are empowered in communicating anything you may see, hear, or read about on social media to please err on the side of reaching out to local public safety officials so that we can have the most information at hand. We will continue to work in partnership with community members as we strategize, plan, and coordinate to respond to not only one-off incidents, but a growing rise and trend in white supremacy and hate. Fuck you, cunt. And like I said before, when it comes back to minority Democrats in this country, dude, that take mayorships and stuff like that, you know damn well that this bitch created like very like I'm assuming that some of the people behind her right now are like various cabinet members of her mayorship is what it is there. You know damn well as soon as she took office, she created some fucking cabinet positions that shouldn't exist anymore just to steal fucking funds from the public is what it is there, man. Like this bitch is next door 100% is what it is, dude. Just like all of them are. They're fucking scumbags, dude. Yeah, okay, with that, like, that guy confirmed what he was saying there when he said whites only, meant no whites at the party there is what it was. Yeah, it was, her no whites holiday invitation is what they actually meant there, which is the truth, because it's like, oh yeah, white council members found out there was, basically minorities only, there is what it was. Yeah, it's super fucking racist, dude. Like, how is she, like, seriously, how is she still sitting in office after that kind of stuff, dude? Where you're like, oh, we're gonna base shit on the race of your fucking skin, basically, and then coming out and being like, oh, I'm sorry, I got caught doing this shit. Not really sorry I did it, but sorry I got caught doing it is what it was. So let me go ahead and fucking fuck off, and then be like falsely claim some bullshit. We're doing like all inclusive parties now is what it is. And then you got this one coming out 3 hours ago. It says Boston Mayor Michelle Wu created a reparations task force for the black community of Boston. Contrast this with how she treated other communities in Boston. Wu sent out, quote, no whites holiday invitations, segregated the unvaccinated, created an enemies list, said, quote, we're grateful for all those who refuse to give up the right to fight for justice, no statute of limitations on addressing wrongs, that we have the ability to do right. Today we are announcing reparations task force. Good thing there isn't a statute of limitations on righting the wrongs of Wu. Yeah, what a fucking cunt, dude. Like, I seriously want this bitch to be tossed out of the Boston mayor's office right now, dude. And not the only one, honestly. Like, there are a bunch of mayors across this country to be thrown the fuck out of office right now, dude. Like that piece of shit Justin Bibb up there in Cleveland is what it is. Or like that fucking asshole Andrew Ginther down in Columbus. Like that douchebag in Cincinnati, etc. Or that new fucker in Akron there who's nothing but an anti-white racist sack of shit too, for that matter. So, anyway. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. There's also other people in other states, obviously, too, for that matter. We could talk about Brandon Johnson in Chicago. We could talk about that dumb cunt, Muriel Bowser in Washington, D.C. We could talk about pretty much anybody with a Democrat next to their name in any position of power in a mayor's office right now. Because I'm guaranteeing they did some fucking shady-ass criminal shit is what it is, man. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, though, I was really hoping Corey would be on with us today, but unfortunately he didn't show up, so I know I sent the invitation. I know I sent some other people that won too as well, so I don't know if they just didn't get them or what's going on there. So. Yeah. It's weird. Discord's acting up right now. Maybe that's why they didn't get them, because Discord's being all fucky right now or whatever. Yeah, it's not one to connect properly or whatever. That's weird. Yeah, maybe that's why. Who knows? Anyway, I will be back tomorrow for a special episode of Buckshot Thursday on Saturday, where I discuss my tactical backpack, which is basically a review of an Amazon. It's like a sling bag that I got. I call it my tactical backpack. It's really nice, actually. It can be used for, storing of magazines and stuff like that if you're a fat guy like I am. It's where you can't actually get like a chest rig that's actually, able to be properly on your body without it hurting you. So, yeah, this is the closest thing we got right now. So I'll be discussing that and be talking about some other stuff too for that matter. But other than that, though, that's where I'm at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And we will be back later tomorrow then for that episode. And probably sometime tomorrow afternoon would be my guess, honestly. And go from there, basically. So, anyway. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much right for the day, though. Hope you guys enjoyed this. As we always like to say here, always be carrying one in the chamber. Your life is more important than the bad guys. It's really as simple as that, dude. If you have to use your firearm in self-defense, make sure you use it effectively. And don't let the system fuck you over the way they've tried to so many others. Because, again, if somebody wants to do you harm, you have every right to defend yourself is what it is. And it's as simple as that, honestly. So, have a good one, y'all. Later.